Good morning. Today I want to talk about how social media has kind of proven that human relationships are just transactional, and this might be a tough pill for some to swallow. And personally, myself, I always thought, people had genuine intentions, and there's definitely people who have genuine intentions for sure, right? But at the end of the day, there's always some sort of transaction going on, right? And I can speak from personal experience. I was basically off social media for the past 5 years. Just did not enjoy social media, did not enjoy doom scrolling, knew I wanted to get more out of life, knew that social media was a distraction, and I understood that concept at a young age. So I periodically deactivate or delete my Instagram. I had a social media, but I just didn't really post. And I can tell you firsthand, I had the same amount of money, same guy, I just didn't post, right? And I can tell you firsthand that this affected, for sure, me having, strong networks, for sure affected how much female attention I was getting. And I can say after now I have over 6,000 followers on Instagram, which, to be honest, I really just don't care about followers. I don't know how to explain it. I just post to try to spread my worldview, but I can for sure say that social media has definitely had a big impact on the superficial things, right? People reaching out to me, congratulating me, maybe hyping me up. And it's kind of just while I do appreciate, some of the kind messages I get, at the same time, I can't just help but feel like everything's superficial. And that was a brutal truth for me to swallow, right? I think seeing Clavicular's stream, and his ascension, just getting a ton of girls after he got clout, status, and money, made me realize, everything is kind of just a transaction, especially when it comes to, females and other human relationships. And I can say firsthand, I've gotten I'm not trying to flex or brag. I've gotten a ton of DMs from girls. I've gotten a lot of likes, and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of weird talking about this kind of stuff, but what I basically want to say is that it's just all kind of fake, and these people are really just, if you are someone who's kind of getting clout or maybe just, made a bunch of money for yourself, I really urge you, as a guy, speaking from personal experience, dating the wrong girl or choosing the wrong friends can be very detrimental for your career path. I'm basically I choose to be asexual right now. I know it sounds weird, and but I think I've had I'll just speak honestly. I've had my fun with girls, and right now I'm just so focused on my business and just elevating myself as a person. And I realized that, one, you don't need a girl to feel happy, and you shouldn't need a girl to feel happy about yourself. And two, maybe my extreme ADHD, I really just am so hyper-focused and fixated on one goal. And it's definitely has its pros and cons, but I just literally cannot be bothered to date or even, have a lot of people I consider friends, and friendly with in the past. I had to cut them off because they just simply weren't aligned with me visually, and almost felt like dead weight. I really wanted to bring up, a lot of my friends to the top. I know that sounds kind of cringe, but I always wanted to elevate the people around me. But I feel like just some people, just their mindset and identity, they don't really want it for themselves. And I can't bring everyone, up with me. And so I noticed my friend, my tight friend group is super small. Just, literally one or two homies. And then everyone else is kind of just an acquaintance. And I don't really enjoy networking or doing any of that superficial stuff. I think climbing the social, status maxing and climbing the social ranks is all just kind of dumb. The fact that, thinking about people putting so much weight, you see it, you show the Instagram, they see the Instagram followers, and then now they think you're some sort of you know, that's how they judge. I literally was at this party, and this girl was, this girl was like, kind of like feeling me out. And then I showed her my Instagram, or I forgot how I showed her. Maybe she asked me or something. And then you could literally see the gears in her head turning and be like, oh, this guy has clout, and now I want to warm up to him. Which, to be honest, like, I get it. I think women are survival creatures. Like, maybe there's like some element of like safety. They need safety to feel like reassured. But I can't help but feel like everything's transactional and superficial. And I used to have a lot of hatred, probably internal hatred to the world. But now I just kind of like see the world how it is. And I think it's not necessarily a bad thing, right? You only have, when you grow older, it's not like your kids anymore. You only have so much time left in your life. So choosing where your energy goes and which relationships you want to nurture are super important. So I guess it's not all bad, but those are just kind of my personal thoughts on social media. And it's kind of hypocritical because I'm, I guess, doing social media now, but I think I decided that my message to the world was greater than, some of the things that I despise about social media. And just the way the app is designed, right? And after, personally talking to creators who have 100K followers or 50K followers, like, a lot of the clout gets in their head. They just think their egos are super inflated. It's insufferable talking to them. And the follower thing right now, especially with how social media is turning into more interest based, is just really not like, are we serious right now? Like, it's really more so how well you can make brain rot content. Like, I'm dead ass. And if you're better at making brain rot content than the next guy, then you'll get more followers. Then you'll have more social currency. I mean, the whole thing is just backwards, and it's unfortunate, but for me to spread my word, I think I also have to play the game a little bit. I kind of understand, there's you just gotta kind of play the game. And I decided that was, gonna be my life's purpose after deciding to quit professional poker. So yeah, I guess these are kind of just my thoughts on social media and why every relationship is just more and more transactional and just designed that way. And it's not inherently a bad thing. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.